Oblivion is filled with interesting characters. Some are pretty nice, but some of them are downright jerks.
Hey, look, everybody, I'm talking to a fly. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
So here are the 5 biggest jerks in Oblivion. Have you ever met someone who thinks they are better than they really are? Well, Missoula the Orc is certainly one of those people. Missoula thinks pretty highly of herself, calling herself a knight and even demanding we call her Sir Missoula.
Say, yes, Sir Missoula.
Who does she think she is? I'm the hero of Kvatch, the grand champion of the arena. I'm not gonna play into your game, Missoula.
You won't say sir to me. You are afraid to speak.
Alright, that's it. But don't worry, Missoula isn't just a jerk to you, no, she is a jerk to everybody. For example, how she treats Weebum Na here.
Then to hell with you.
What a jerk. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to help out Missoula, which means escorting her to Fisherman's Rock, where she then is a jerk to some bandits. After that, we find out the truth about Missoula. Apparently, she isn't even a real knight. As a matter of fact, she actually used to be a bandit herself. Apparently, she lost a friend to those guys we killed and just decided from that day forth she was a knight.
That day, I became a knight and swore a knight's oath.
I'm no expert, but I don't believe that's how becoming a knight works. Also, for some reason she's under the impression that deciding to be a knight suddenly makes her better than everybody else, and that she can just boss people around.
Get moving. I'm right behind you.
Ironically, she also swore to only do good deeds from that point on, which she has totally failed at since she hasn't been good to anyone so far. To be fair though, she does start being nice after the quest, but it's not by much.
Say it. Say, I greet you, Sir Missoula.
One of the things I love about the Dark Brotherhood is how cheerful and friendly everybody is. I mean, for a group of psychopathic killers, they're pretty welcoming.
Yes, dearest brother. Is there something I can help you with?
But there is one guy in the Dark Brotherhood who apparently didn't get the memo, and that is Mirage Dar. I mean, he doesn't even know me, and he already wants to kill me.
The tenants prevent me from killing you, but I don't have to like you.
I suppose it shouldn't be that surprising from a Dark Brotherhood member, but everybody else is so nice.
You are like a dark gift from the Night Mother herself.
I would simply avoid him, but when I need to get some poisoned apples, he's the guy I have to go to.
Foul-smelling ape.
Who are you calling a foul-smelling ape? If it weren't for these tenants, then you would be dead, kitty cat. And if you think being a Khajiit will make Mirage treat you any better, then you would be mistaken.
Away from me, house cat. Look at that fur. What a disgrace.
Fortunately, during the purification quest, we do get the chance to kill Mirage Dar. I feel bad about having to kill everybody else, but my conscience won't be bothered with the death of this jerk.
I've been thinking, and I guess I just want to say I'm sorry for the way I've treated you in the past.
Oh, I see. All of a sudden, I have to murder you, and you want to be friends now instead. Well, it's too late.
Night Mother, I beg your mercy. Fly in, fly.
Even the good guys can go bad sometimes, as is the case with the captain of the guard of Shadenhall, Ulrich Leland. Since Ulrich became captain, he has imposed heavy fines on any possible misdemeanor you can think of, and even some you can't think of. Insult the guard? Get a fine. Get drunk and fall over? Get a fine. Vomit in the tavern? Get a fine.
It's getting almost scary to walk the streets.
And not only that, but Ulrich has increased the cost of these fines by an unbelievable 50%.
They charged me 5 gold for littering. Littering! I barely make that in a year.
And if you don't believe me that he is a jerk, just ask old Aldos. All he did was get a little bit drunk and they charged him with 6 fines and repossessed his house.
That stupid swit!
I don't know why they need to post a guard at the house though. Just change the locks, guys. What are you doing? But Ulrich hasn't just been imposing ridiculous fines, he has also been embezzling money and sending that money off to his cousins in the countryside. Which sounds like maybe it could be for a good cause, except they aren't poor, and they plan on using that money to build a nice summer keep. Certainly not a worthy cause. Ulrich also insulted the Count of Shadenhall in a letter. I mean, to be fair, the Count is kind of an idiot, but still, not cool, man. Fortunately, it is possible to get a little justice on Ulrich. You could either prove he is a crook and have him in prison for the rest of his natural life, Or you could trick him into visiting a disgruntled citizen's house who then paralyzes him and has rats eat him to death. I'm not sure what's worse. Now, before you start wondering why such a terrible person could be placed so low on the list, it is because to the player, he isn't too bad. Sure, he threatens us.
Get out of my way before I have you slapped in iron.
But if you break into his office and steal in front of him, not only will he not do anything about it, but he won't even give us a bounty for it. I guess he isn't too bad after all. Or maybe that actually makes him worse. Curtin Grodruggle is a downright jerk. There are no doubts about it.
Lucky I'm not making you swim.
This jerky orc is a loan shark, and if I know anything about loan sharks, it's that you shouldn't take a loan from them. Because when you can't pay it back, and you never can, they come for you. And not to just politely ask their money back, no, they come to murder you. Which is exactly what Curtin did when a poor gambler named Auron couldn't pay off his debts.
No one tangles with Curtin.
Although at first, it seems like Curtin isn't too bad. He only kidnapped Auron, and he tells us that if we get his family heirloom back, then we can get Auron back safe and sound. Except it turns out it was a trick. Curtin was using Auron's disappearance as a way of luring people into his secret fort where they are then hunted and killed for sport. Because Curtin isn't just a loan shark, he also facilitates a game called the Hunter's Run where sociopathic people can pay to hunt other people. After we kill the hunters before they killed us, we exit the fort only to witness Curtin murder Auron for pretty much no reason. And then he attempts to murder us, and now I have to go tell Auron's wife the unfortunate news. You're making this day really inconvenient for me, man.
I'm changing the rules.
So all these things together makes Curtin a loan shark, a murderer, a liar, and also a dead guy because there's no way I'm letting this jerk go unpunished. At the end of the day, there is only one person in this game that is perfect for the #1 spot of the biggest jerk in Oblivion, and that jerk is Valen Dress. Before you even have a chance to meet the Emperor and beat up some rats, Valen Dress is there to insult you and threaten your loved ones.
You got a wife back home? She must be so lonely. Don't you worry, eh? I'll take care of her long after you're dead.
As you can tell, Valen Dress is a prisoner. It is unclear why Valen Dress was imprisoned in the first place, but he has been locked up here for 11 years. So that in itself would imply that he has probably always been a jerk. Valen Dress always seems to have something nasty to say, no matter what your race may be.
You're an ugly one, but then all orcs are ugly.
Or what gender you choose.
You're nothing but a stuck-up harlot with cheap parlor tricks.
Which I suppose is a point in his favor, since that's pretty non-discriminatory. Fortunately though, we have a chance to get our revenge on this prick during the Dark Brotherhood questline, which is convenient because I was considering killing him anyway.
He thinks he's safe in prison. He is tragically mistaken.
And the fact that somebody would wish to have him killed to ensure he doesn't get released from prison implies to me that this guy is an even bigger jerk than it appears. After trudging through the Imperial sewers, we find our ancient foe, now aiming his insults at the prison guard, who clearly isn't having any of his crap.
And you'll be rich, too. Oh, and you'll become a king. And you know what I think, Dreth? I think you'll be back.
It's time to end Valen's miserable existence. The Night Mother sends her regards. So there you have it, the 5 biggest jerks that you can find living in Cyrodiil during the Oblivion Crisis. Without a doubt, there are plenty of more jerks kicking about, so if someone was a jerk to you who is not on this list, make sure to let me know in the comments.
Raise a fuss, and you'll be sorry.
Also, for you guys asking me to do an Oblivion Let's Play, I am currently working on it, and you should be seeing that appear soon. I also want to throw out there that I'm considering doing a Q&A and was curious to see if that's something you guys are interested in. You can either let me know your opinion in the comments or answer the poll that should appear at the top of the video. If I do decide to do one, then I'll upload a video titled something like Planning a Q&A, where I'll explain the plan, and that way you'll also have a designated place for you to ask your questions that you want to appear in the Q&A. Alright, so it seems that I'm just under the 10-minute mark, so I'm just gonna write some pointless dialogue into the script to try and make it to that mark. I'm doing this because YouTube prefers videos that are at least 10 minutes in length because it means you can throw an additional ad at the end of the video, and YouTube loves anything that makes them more money. And you know what? I'm not really that against money either. Still not quite there. How about I leave you off with a fantastic song by old Aldos? You remember him. I will see you guys in the comments.
Flying, flying in the sky, Cliff racer, fly so high, fly.
Hello again, Sarah.